class
Yes, very good morning to all. What we have seen yesterday? We have referenced the content which was disseminated during sensors and actuators. The left out portions under sensors actuators discussed in the yesterday session, and in the last week we have introduced the content which is related to robot programming, and today we will see the contents related to robot programming and other things which is related to programming. Just a minute, I'll come back to you. Just a minute. Yes, for concerning today's class, I request some people to join with us till the end. And 61 to 70, you please join with us for today's presentation. 61, that is 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 72, 73, 74. You please unmute your mic and please join with us till the end. My slides are visible? My slides are visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, okay. First, we will refresh the content which is disseminated during the last week, and there are many flags with that content. Anyway, we will recollect those information related to robot programming, and then we will move towards the coding and all. The robot language have been developed for race of control of motions of robots having different textures and geometrical capabilities. And some of the robot languages have been developed by modifying the existing general purpose computer language, and some of them are written in the completely new styles. And that is what we are going to revisit. And a robot today can do much more than merely move its arm through a series of points in space. The current technology, robots can accept input from sensors and other devices. They can send signals to piece of equipment operating with them in the cell. They can make decisions. They can communicate with computers to receive instruction and to report production data and problems. Therefore, all of these capabilities require programming. That is what there is a need for knowing about the robot programming. And the robot programming is accomplished in several ways. Consist with current industrial practice, we can divide these programming into two basic type. One is lead through method. The other one is textual robot language. The major two branch of robot programming are, one is lead through, the other one is textual language. And see, these are the two types of robot programming language. And concerning the lead to programming method, uh, which require the programmer to move the manipulator through the desired motion path, and the path be committed to memory by the robot controller. The lead through method are sometimes referred as teach by showing method. Uh, the lead through method represents the final real robot programming method used in industry, and which is the during 1960 the robots were first being used for industrial applications. And concerning the uh, powered lead through method, the powered lead through is the common programming method in the industry. A teach pendant is incorporated in this method for controlling the motors available in the joints. And what we are going to have today is we are going to have the powered lead through and manual lead through method. And the powered lead through method makes use of teach pendant to control various joint motors and to power drive the robot arm and wrist through a series of points in space. Each point is recorded into memory for subsequent playback during the work cycle. The teach pendant is usually a small handled control box. I'll show the teach pendant. This is what the teach pendant. In the teach pendant, the variety of machines have variety of teach pendants, and there is no unique keys in uniform keys in all the teach pendant. Based on the companies, the teach pendant or pendants are varying, and based on the teach pendant, we are going to move the desired uh, place or point which is required to do the operation, further operation. And what happened, the sequence or movement over these teach pendant were recorded, and it was recollected to perform the playback. And that is what the teach pendant is, usually a small handled control box with combination of toggle switch, dials and buttons to regulate the robot's physical movement and the programming capabilities. Among the various robot programming, the lead through method is probably the most common today. And the other one is manual lead through method, and which is usually called as walkthrough method, which is readily used for continuous path programming, where the motion cycle involves smooth, complex, curvilinear movements of the robot arm. And the most common example for this kind of robot application is spray painting, in which the robot wrist with the spray painting gun attached as the end effector must execute smooth regular motion path in order to apply the paint evenly over the entire surface to be coated. And similarly, the arc welding is another example in which the continuous path programming is required, and this is sometimes accomplished with the manual lead through method. And this is what the two typical example which is used by the manual lead through method. And some other textual robot languages are presented here. The first textual robot language was Wave, and which was developed during yes. Now it is audible.
Yes,
Roland?
sir.
Yes, there was a net issue and it was interrupted. Yes, this the textual robot language will discuss more in the subsequent class, and now we'll see the lead through programming. And as I discussed earlier, there are two different method of programming are available. One is lead through, the other one is textual robot language. In today's lecture, we will see the lead through. In the lead through itself, we have powered lead through and manual lead through, and this is what the contents related to the introduce the lead through method. And a point in space, how we are trying to move the points from one place to the required or desired place in order to pick or place, or in order to perform certain tasks like spray painting or welding. This is what the example which we were disseminated during the last lecture. And I'll a little later we'll come back to the robot programming, and the forum is open to you all. And what was the current affair? What was the current affair? Marikanti Ekashvi. Marikanti, you unmute your mic and go ahead. Kamal Campbell. and I didn't hear your voice during new industrial robotics. You unmute your mic and go ahead. Arun Balaji, it is audible. Arun Balaji?
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yes. Okay, go ahead with the current affair, Arun Balaji.
Sir, there's a company called as Glenmark Pharmaceuticals.
Yes, yes.
They have got approval in Canada to sell their nasal sprays.
Nasal sprays for the COVID. It is a type of
For
vaccination.
nose block and all. Nose block, sinus and all, they have nasal sprays.
Okay. It is a
They have got
vaccine.
approval from Canada government that they can start the sales.
Yes, yes, yes. Very good. What is the name of the company?
Glenmark Pharmaceuticals.
Landmark Pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other informations? Arvind Roshan.
Actor Karthik Aryan is tested positive for corona.
Actor?
Karthik Aryan.
Karthik Aryan.
Bollywood actor.
Oh, Bollywood actor. Okay, okay. Two candidates from the Makkal Nidhi Mayam is also affected COVID positive. COVID. And Arvind Roshan, Deepak Shurya, Samrudh Rahul, Rangarajan, Takshika Rahul, Raksha Selvarajan, Raksha. Yes, you are very attentive, very attentive. Okay, anyway, we'll move to the slides and see
Hello,
here.
sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this is Rangaraj.
Yes, Rangarajan. Yes, Rangarajan.
Sir, in Tirupati district there are 139 candidates, I think so, contesting elections, and 89 in Tanjavur,
89 in Tanjavur and in
and
Thiruvarambur,
139 in Tirupati district.
Tirupati district. Okay,
Yes, sir.
139.
9. Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know the maximum number of candidates which we can use with the help of the voting machine? The maximum number of candidates we can accommodate
Sir,
within voting machine is
no, I don't know, sir. I think in a specific mission 64 is possible. I think so. I
yes,
don't know,
very
sir.
good, very good. Per mission we can have 16,
Ah,
and we can add four missions for an election, and 4 into 16 64 is the maximum possibility that we can. When it is crossed into 65, then there no other way, we need to have the ballot papers. We need to use the ballot papers for conducting the elections. Very good.
ah,
We are
yes,
updated.
yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, sir, Rahul just texted me saying that he has some issues with the mic, that's why he couldn't unmute himself. Uh,
Pratik,
yes, sir. Smriti.
little louder, Pratik.
Sir, am I audible to you?
Yes, now it is good.
Sir, Rahul just texted me saying that he has some issues with mic. That's why he couldn't unmute himself. And sir, about the current affairs, sir, on Monday, PM Modi launched this thing, a new campaign, Catch the Rainwater, uh, for water conservation.
For, uh, uh, for water conservation, our Prime Minister having the plan to have the
Uh,
campaign in which
yes, sir.
state?
So not it's a all India campaign where Manrega's fund would be used to harvest rainwater before the monsoon arrives.
Okay. Then any other?
Sir, I don't have any other than that issues.
Okay, you talk about today's one day match between India and England.
Sir, sorry, sir, I'm not a good at this cricket stuff. Not a big fan of cricket.
Oh, I do. Okay. Anyway, fine.
So the squad is regarding the ODI, the squad is selected, sir, of the 22 players, and the new debutants, the Surya Kumar Yadav is also there in the team, sir.
Oh, fine.
So regarding his previous performance in T20s, he has got a chance to be in the ODI team.
It is also performed in Gujarat. That is Narendra Modi Stadium. Today match is also planned to conduct with Narendra Modi Stadium.
No, sir. Pune, sir. Is
Where,
in
Balaji?
Pune.
Pune.
Ah,
Maharashtra.
yes, sir.
Maharashtra, I think it is the topmost state which was affected by again it
Yes,
was
sir,
a
yes, sir.
great elevation. Is it so,
The
Abhishek?
topmost state till now to be affected by COVID. So number highest cases are there, sir.
Yes. They have to be very conscious. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway. Okay. Thank you for your participation. Again, we'll move to
Sir,
the slides. Yes. Yes, someone.
you called my name earlier, right? So like there was some background noise, so I couldn't unmute then.
Yes, Rakshika.
And
Yes, go
current
ahead.
affair, I heard that after his ban on Twitter, Trump is like creating his own social media platform that will be
Oh,
launched after 3 to 4 months.
it is it is not a good habit when some the social media is blaming us. What we have to do? We have to create our own social media is not a good sign. Anyway, see what
Yeah.
happens.
So
Sir,
regarding
can
this
do,
matter,
sir.
there are many people who are
Yes,
being banned from the social media, sir.
one
And
by
so they
one.
are all
Yes,
trying to create their own platform for these things, sir. I don't know how many apps will be there for regarding all these things.
yes, Abhishek. Yes, someone also responded. Someone
Yes, sir. I
who
told,
responded.
sir. Yes, sir. I was telling, sir, Donald Trump can do that, sir. Like he had no intention to become the president of America, sir. Only once Barack Obama again in a rally commented against Donald Trump, sir. That day he decided to become the president of America, sir. So he's a very moody person, sir. He can do that.
Okay. Yeah. Based on his job, do you know the educational background of more Obama as well the past president of America, Donald Trump? What is the educational background of both of them?
So who's the Trump?
Trump and Obama. Obama
So Obama is a Harvard
is a
graduate, while Trump doesn't seem to be one.
graduation in which subject?
Law, sir.
Yes, absolutely. La. Yes. Oh, good, good. If time permits, we will discuss about Lincoln one day, and
Trump,
that is what the revelation made in America. Lincoln did a very fine work with America. Is Gaurav.
uh, Trump has sir bachelor degree in economics sir from University of Pennsylvania.
Economics. He's a economics graduate.
Yes, sir, and that suit his profile as well, sir. He has a good business owning capacities and all that, sir.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, fine, right, good. And this is what the first exercises which we were disseminated in the robot programming as a path in space, and this was the Cartesian coordinates which we were used to move the end effectors in order to perform certain tasks. And see, and one more the example is also disseminated when we are leaving this the 2 2 here. The robot arm will start the motion from 1 1, then 2 1, then it reaches 2 2, and then 1 2 and 1 1. That we are conscious that movement is happening in one part in particular with only one direction. And what happened when we are removing this 2 2? And see here, there are two possibilities. There are the question that arises is what path will the robot follow in getting from the first point to the second point. Certainly there are two possibilities. One possibility is both that both axes will move at the same time, and the robot will therefore trace a path along the diagonal line between these 2 points, that is 2 1 and 1 2. And the other possibilities is that the robot will move only one axis at a time and trace out a path along the border of the rectangle, either through the point 2 2 or through point 1. And the question of which path the robot will take between two programmed point is not a vital one, but for a programmer it is very important to have an idea to reach the object with a shorter route would be the preferable idea the programmer has to do once he has certain tasks to perform. He has a very good idea in which would be the path shortest path to perform the specific task. Like that he has some plan for doing the program. Therefore it is very important. And here there is unfortunate that there is no general rule that all robots follow a unique path. When we are living like this particular example, and there won't be any general rule, all the robot can follow uniform path. And the limited sequence non-servo robots which are programmed using manual setup procedure rather than lead-through method can usually move both joints at the same time. Therefore the path that is followed involves a slow motion which is along the diagonal in this particular example. The other limited sequence robot move that joins in sequence rather than simultaneously. And usually these robots that move one axis at a time do so by moving the lower numbered axis first. Thus, the path through point 2 2 is most likely in this example. There are no industrial standard on this issue, and the programmer must make this kind of determination either from the user manual or by experimentation with the actual robot. That was the issue. And see, even for this simple task also, we doesn't have a unique motion with robots, and you can have a very good idea over this issue and try to resolve it and try to get a uniform information, the uniform path with a robot arm would be preferable. And go ahead, and the option is in your hand. And see here, there are the robot with 8 cross 8 addressable point is also disseminated. And in order to get a point, in order to reach the point of 7 from 1 1, and this is what the movement from 1-1, then there is a movement to 2-2, and then 3-2, then 4-3, and 5-3, 6-4, and 7-4. And wait, signal, and delay command. And these are the things which we were disseminated. And signal M here we will reference these contents with the signal M, and see here M, signal M, where M is one of the several output line available with to the controller. We have various output lines in the controller, and in order to refer one particular output line, we are using the numbers either 1 or 2, or usually here in the program we were used to 1-1. That I'll explain what is 1-1. The second command is wait n. Here in order to differentiate m, here we were given n. Here n is an input line, wait is an input line, and here n is an output line. And see here what we need to do, we need to drop, we need to pick up some debris, and we need to put it on the dustbin. And 1-1 we here there are four Cartesian coordinates were given, like 1-1, 8-1, and 8-8, and 1-8. And we need to pick up the debris at 8-8, and we need to drop it in 1-8. There are two different axes, and see here, this is what the command. And starting point is 1-1, start at home position, and then we need to move 8-1, 8-1, 8-1. We need to move to 8-8-1, and then wait 1-1. And here I'll explain. There are various things that is here we will use controller ports 1 to 10 as an signal lines, and 11 to 20 for wait lines. We have control ports. There are several control ports were available. With that control ports, we are using 1 to 10 for signals, and 11 to 20 for the wait lines. We are specifying. We are programmers. As we are programmers, we are going to specify these controllers for signals or wait lines. And in particular, the signal 5 and 6 will be used for 5 is used for close, and 6 is used for open. And see here 5 is used for close, and 6 is used for open the end effector or a gripper. And 4, in order to activate the signals, we are using number 4. And this is what the understanding, and therefore 1 to 10 we were used for the signal. Therefore, no other way we need to use 11 for the wait. Okay, and here 1-1 and 8 wait 1-1, wait for press to open, and 8-8 move. Here move to 8-1 to 8-8. See here movement has to be taken from 8-1 to 8-8. Here 8-8 we have some debris, and that debris has to be picked up, and then it has to be dropped in 1-8. And see here, and this is what I have explained. 1-1 till 1-0 we were used for signals, and from 1-1 we are using for wait. And we can use either as per our wish. We can use 1-1-1 till 2-0, and that ports for allotted for wait. And we were moved to 8-8, and then signal 5. When we were in 8-8, the gripper has to close. That has to be the gripper has to be pick the material, and for that we need to close the gripper, and then it has to be moved to 8-1. See here 8-1, sorry 1-8, or either we can take this path 8-1, 1-1, and 1-8. Here 8-1 move to safe position, then signal 4. Signal 4 is used to activate the gripper end effector, and 1-1 move around the press column, and 1-8 move to top pan. Signal 6 that is gripper has to open, not to drop the debris over the dustpan. And Here we doesn't use any delay commands. Usually delay has to be given not to pick up the material, and therefore we were used delay 1 second at during the picked up, and similarly we were given delay over dropping the material. And this is what the evolution happens in the programming language, robot programming. And branching, yes, we were used branching in order to reduce the number of lines, and we are having various number of lines, and in order to reduce such lines, we can use these branching. The controller allow dividing a program into one or more branches, which allows the program to be subdivided into convenient segments. The most controllers for industrial robots provide a method of dividing a program into one or more branches. The branching allows the robot program to be subdivided into convenient segments that can be executed during the program. A branch can be thought of as a subroutine that is called one or more times during the program. The subroutine can be executed either by branching to it at a particular pace in the program, or by testing an input signal line to branch to it. The amount of decision logic that can be incorporated into the program varies widely with controllers. However, most controllers allow for a branch to be identified or assigned one of a pre-established group of names. They permit the use of an incoming signals to invoke a branch. Most controllers allow the users to specify whether the signal should interrupt the program branch currently being executed, or wait until the current branch completes. The interrupt capability is typically used for error branch. An error branch is invoked when an incoming signal indicates that some abnormal event has occurred. Depending on the event and the design of error branch, the robot will either take some corrective action or simply terminate the robot motion and signals for human assistance. And see, this is what the general commands. I think you are all already written these general commands during the last class itself. What we are going to do, we are going to use the palette. In the palette, we have 24 different positions. See, this is the palette. We have 24 different positions are used to pick up or drop some material, whether it might be a bolt or nut or a screw, and we are using some component over these 24 different ports. And therefore, what we are going to do, we are going to, with this typical example, we are going to make use of branching for reducing the number of programming lines. And this is what you are returned during the class itself. Safe is a program which is used to explain the safe location in order to start or end, in order to end the location of the end effector. Pickup is a program which is used to pick up the end effector, pick up the component. The inter is an intermediate point above chat to pass the through. So chat means there is a material, or the material which is going to take on and which has to be placed in some other place or point, that is used chat to pass through. And location, these are the 24 locations we are going to use with this particular typical example, that is palette. And one above one might be the point which is little above the portion of local one, LOC one. And this is what move safe is in safe position, means that the robot should move its end effector to point in space called safe. That point has been defined, so the robot knows where to go when it comes to that instruction in the program. See, this is what the program move safe. First we are going to use move safe, and wait 1 1. I have already said wait 1 1 signals, in order to give the signals, we are using the port from 1 to 10, and that is the control ports 1 to 10 were allotted for signals, and the control ports 1 to 20 were allotted for wait signals. Therefore, wait for start signals on line 11, and the following the following 10 different lines are used to pick up the component 1 at the place 1. And see, move inter, go to the intermediate point above the chat, wait 1 2, wait for the next part chat. Here wait 1 1 is used, therefore we are using 1 2. Signal 5, as I already said, 5 is used for the open gripper, and 4 is used for actuating the gripper. Move pickup, in order to pick up the component, move pickup is used. Signal 5, then in order to close the gripper, we were using signal 6. Then move inter, depart to intermediate point above chat. Some intermediate point we are moving the end effector. Then above 1 is is the place which is just above LOC1. Then LOC1 portion in first pallet location. Signal 5, open gripper, move above 1, depart slowly from pickup point. This is what the 10 different points. Now to take one component from one to place in some other portion, and similarly we are going to use 13 to 22 for second point, and I have given I have shown some example Excel sheet for now to understand this. See here, my Excel are visible. My Excel are visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. See here, this is the first part, second part, third part, till 24th part, we were using different lines, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and till 12 is used for pick up the first component. Similarly, and not to pick up the 24th component, we were using the 233 to 242, and the same the commands, that is move inter, wait 1 2, for signal 5 we are going to use in order to pick up and in order to drop the diff 20 for different components, and here see here 232 to 241 given wrongly, it has to be 233 to 242. See here 233 to 242 we need to use, and 243 has to be move inter, that is go to the intermediate save portion, and 244 signal 7, that is signal that pallet is full. Now to identify the pallet is full, we were using signal 7, and this is what the various lines used for pallet portion used to illustrate the, and in order to reduce these 244 lines, these 244 lines can be reduced into 89 with the aid of see here, with the aid of this branching, we can reduce this 244 lines into 84 lines, that we'll discuss in the tomorrow's lecture. Do you have any clarification with these contents? Any clarifications? Do you have any doubts?
Sir, I have one doubt, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, good. Good.
Sir, for the 24th part, why are we moving to location 2, sir? Shouldn't it be to location 24, or does it matter if we change it?
I didn't get you, Raj.
Sir, the last few lines you showed, right, like 233 to 242.
Yes, yes.
In that, the location was given as 2, sir. But then we are handling the 24th part, right?
Oh, where in slide or in Excel?
Yes, sir. In the slide.
Wait just a minute. I'll share the slides. Yes.
Yes, sir. The next slide, I think. Yes, sir. Here, this is to pick up the 24th part, right?
Yes.
But then we are dealing with location 2. So
Wrongly
does
given.
it
It was
matter?
wrongly. Yes, of
Okay,
course. It is right. It is wrongly given as 2. It should be 24.
Okay.
Here it should be 24. It has to also be 24, and here also it should be 24. Right. You are right. You are right. Yes. Any other doubts? Very good. I think Yuvraj. Very good. If the same programs you need to write for 16 part, whether it is feasible you to write these various commands, or for you will write these programs in order to move one palette into other palette. You are having 16 different components at 16 different places. Whether it is feasible you to write without branching, whether it is feasible you to write these programs. What we need to start from safer position, and then it has to be we need to give some start signal, and then it has to be move we need to move to the appropriate place, and then we need to actuate the grippers in order to pick up the component, and then we need to drop it into the required place. You will write the same program for 16 different components. May I audible? Yuvraj?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yes, you will write. Pratik, you will write a program on your program.
Yes, sir, but it would be better if you can share the slides which you presented just now for the idea.
Sure. That
Yeah.
that we can. You didn't note it down, huh? The program
I took
Sakal,
screenshot.
you took screenshot. Okay. Anyway, at the end we are going to disseminate. Okay, you have the confidence to write. You will write on your
Yes.
program.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Then it is fine. That these many lines are not necessary when we are depending or when we are applying the branching. That we are will deal with branching in the tomorrow session. Okay. Thank you, Undal. If you don't have any other doubts, we'll meet tomorrow.